You're good.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back into the everlasting winter. And um, our attempts not to kill the party. We are down one person tonight. Wolfric is not here, but he will be with us back in 2 weeks. Quick recap of what happened last 2 weeks ago. You guys successfully recovered all of the stolen items and defeated a group of Durgar who were stealing magical items in search for Chardalyn. And one did escape you, and you found a letter saying that he was going to return to his father and back in, let me reread exactly what he said. Return to his father, and that the message was to somebody in um, East Haven. They to a message containing the fact that somebody is at the docks in East Haven. Brother, you will find me in the frozen ferry in East Haven. From this new base, the search for Chardalyn continues. Long may our father reign over the Stark lands. Then you guys returned, got a long rest, and it is the morning time. And that is where we pick up.
Interesting. Well, Toshiro will go see who else in the party is awake. Maybe knock
We are
on
awake.
Yurn's door and Braden's door, Braylon's door.
I think we hastily did the ending of that, and I don't think I ever got a room, so I guess I'll just be sleeping out in the hallway. So
Got,
I'll just.
everyone got rooms at the end. She offered everyone a room for their miraculous work in returning the lantern.
Okay. In that case, I'll emerge from my room.
Well, who was the who was the person that recruited us? I do believe that they talked to Wolfric. I heard some noises coming from his room. It sounded very concerning. I'm not sure he's going to join us today. Something about a
Actually,
stomach bug.
as you walk through there, waking everybody up, and you walk past the front desk, Allie, the sister who runs the front desk, holds out a note to you. The note, written in very bad handwriting, says, "I have gone to run a important errand. I will meet up with you in East Haven when I am done."
Okay.
Signed Wolfric.
Perhaps I was knocking on the wrong door. I'll just shrug.
Yeah, you don't want to know the noises you heard on the other side of that door.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Or maybe you do. I don't know your character.
Going with no.
Wow. Oh my.
I'll turn, I guess, to Braylon and Yurd and 17. Do any of you remember? I remember it was a silver dragonborn.
Who recruited you?
Yes,
Sorry, you were asking them or me?
them.
Oh.
I wasn't there for that, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
If you'd
That's
like to
all I
roll a
remember.
history, I can.
a history, you say?
Yes.
I'm pretty decent at those. Yeah.
You do remember correctly. Provos, the world leader. Yes,
This
the town speaker Trovos, who's a silver dragonborn,
Hmm.
recruited you to find the missing item.
What do you guys think? Do you believe that this requires more investigation? Should we perhaps head to the town and seek out this new base of operations?
I don't have any other leads.
mm-hmm. Sounds good.
We will
So
come with you.
I'll follow you guys to this location I've never been.
Out of curiosity, are any of you actually from this area?
Nearby, but not this exact location, no.
I'm from this region,
Mm,
but towns really aren't my thing.
We have been here 3 weeks.
This entire realm is new to me. Didn't hear you if you said something.
I said yes.
To be honest with you, and I'll point at Braylon, you seem more like the ones that we've encountered here than the rest of us. Perhaps you should be the one to talk?
I'm fine with speaking with whomever. Just point me in the correct direction, as I'm not actually from the city and I'm not sure who you're speaking of.
Well, just when we have to encounter people from the towns.
Yes, I'm fine with speaking with them.
Excellent. I think maybe we should head towards this new town. Does anyone know how long of a journey it is?
What's the town's name?
Wasn't it East
Uh,
Haven?
I'm pretty sure somebody bought a map, didn't they?
Not me.
I honestly thought we were in East Haven.
You are
No.
in Caer Koenig.
Oh, okay.
We have poorly wrought maps of where we are in Faerun. I don't know if that would be surrounding towns.
Uh, I know one of you. I remember somebody got a map, and they gave
Probably Wolfric.
it. Could have been.
Because I know Urian wouldn't have got it, so
Did a map just pop up for everybody?
Yes.
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 Okay. So I drew a map of, you can see where you are now, all the way down. You're in Caer Koenig. If you follow all the way down East Haven. That would be your route if that is where you choose to go to.
Would I know offhand how long that route would take with the snow?
Um, you're looking at uh, 10 to 12 miles.
So like a day to 2
Ish,
days.
maybe give or take. Could be a little more, but give or take.
With the snow, probably 2 days.
It'll roughly takes you about in your travels. You can cover roughly about a mile in an hour and a half. If you're not in a blizzard.
So with favorable weather, about 1 or 2 days.
Yes. Going back to double check and make sure I have those distances.
Perhaps we should go talk to the speaker of this particular town to see if there was some sort of reward, and then perhaps with a reward we could potentially purchase gear to be able to travel that far.
Didn't you say there was a place nearby that had dogs or something? Maybe we could also see if they have sled dogs or something to help move us quicker.
There was. You would know that the Frozen Far expedition, they did have some dogs and some sleds. Didn't really specify if they were for rent or not, but you know that they had some.
Is anyone here familiar with sleds and dogs?
I'm familiar with dogs, not so much sleds.
I
Perhaps
usually just walk.
perhaps walking then would be best. But we could go see how hard it is. One way or the other, I think we should still check in with the town speaker.
Agreed.
All right. So where's the town speaker located?
The
Other side
map
of town.
of Care Koenig still up for everybody.
No. Ah, there it is.
You have Care Koenig. The speaker's house is marked on the map over on the western
Couldn't
side
we
of town.
also potentially rent a boat to take us there, since we are on a lake?
A frozen
No.
lake?
The lake is frozen,
Well, scratch that
or at
idea.
least the lake is frozen out as far as you can see.
Understandable. Yes, let us go to the speaker's house then.
All right, you guys make your way over to the speaker's house.
So
Knock.
did you guys have any pre-existing deal with the speakers that I need to know about?
We happened to be in the hook, line, and sinker when the town speaker came in looking for people to investigate the stolen items. I believe he first approached Wolfric. I overheard his conversation and volunteered my services. I then recruited this one, I'll point to Yurn, and this one, and I'll point to 17.
All right. I guess that's enough information to go off of. Shall we go inside?
After you.
All right. So I'm going to approach the door. Now, is the speaker's house like a personal house or is it a public domain?
That is going to be it's kind of a combination of both. It has like a little town hall area with the house attached to it.
I guess I'll go up to the speaker's door and knock on it.
As you knock, you hear some rustling around. It takes a few minutes, but to the door, Provos opens. Ah, hello. What can I do for you guys?
Good day to you. I come with some adventurers, and they said that they had overheard you speaking with a British member of our party who is not present with us today. has mentioned that you were looking for somebody to seek out some information on some stolen goods, and we were able to locate them, and we were hoping that we could return them for some kind of reward.
Well, as I let them know, the town isn't able to offer much. But we did scrape together a few things, and that's not what I wanted.
It's a bucket full of fish, isn't it?
No, because the lake's frozen over.
So it's a bucket full of ice fish.
We did come across a total of 50 gold that, in total, that we can spare, along with the, um, I gotta remember their names over there. Actually, this map. Um, Atlas has agreed to rent you some snow dogs and or said rent you some sleds if you cover the cost of the dogs to pull them instead of you having to buy them outright. To
Well,
assist you in getting to whatever town you need next.
perfect. Where can we find this individual?
They are the owners. They run the Frozen Bar Expedition.
Perfect. Thank you for the gold. I look back at my companions and um, I gesture to hand over the items that you guys were able to collect.
I think the only thing that we still had, I
You
think
guys
we,
returned everything.
yeah, we
Oh, they
returned,
did? Okay.
we
Yep.
returned the goat to Hook, Line, and Sinker, and the
Mhm.
pearls and gems to Frozen Far, and then the lantern.
Is
Um,
there anything you wanted to know about the the thieves that we might have been able to learn on our journey?
As long as they are taken care of and won't be bothering us, that is the only important thing.
I think we are all clear on that front.
what do you know of Chardolin?
Chardolin? Well, it's a mineral, an ore, specifically found here in Icewind Dale. It is normally a rarer um, metal to be working with.
Your thieves sought this mineral, or are seeking
Interesting.
it. Is there
I
someone in town that is a Chardolin expert?
Not here. Um, we're just a small town. Nobody in this area would know much about it other than its existence and it being rare. I would try one of the much bigger towns. Um, they're more likely to have experts in that field.
Are there any mines nearby?
Mm, kind of ponders it over. Not that I can necessarily think of, but we don't really travel outside of town much. It's kind of dangerous out there, so we stay in as close as possible. And land is vast, so it's not impossible for there be one nearby, but not that any of us have seen.
Thank you for your time, and I will give the stiff bow at the waist.
He'll kind of imitate that. Thank you. You've done the town a great service. I know these items don't seem like much, but they mean a lot to us.
Well, thank you for your time, and we'll head off, I guess, if none of my other party members has any other questions to ask you.
No.
No.
All right.
It seems that we might be traveling by dog.
Seems that way, depending on how much it costs, and if you guys want to pay that, or
I believe it is still a matter of knowing how to operate.
What is a dog?
I don't know. We're
you
both
guys
staring at you.
wasn't Wolfric sleeping in their pen or something?
He did one night, yes.
It's not like we went into the pen and saw them. Yes, what is a dog?
Remember the wolf I turned into? Think that, but smaller.
Interesting.
And they're a lot more docile. All right. Shall we head over to the Frozen Fair expedition? place?
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna head over there.
You say you have been in this area for 3 weeks.
I assume you mean 17.
Yes. You're not coming through.
We have been here. Yes, we have been here.
Which direction did you come from?
We came by ship.
Interesting.
We crashed. And had we not been found, we would have perished from the cold.
Your ship crashed?
Yes.
I'm just going to stare at the lake, like looking for a shipwreck.
As you guys converse, you approach the Frozen Far expedition.
All right. I guess I'll walk up to the front door there and proceed inside.
We will
As you-
follow.
As you open the door, hello! It's good to see you fellows again.
Hello, good to meet you. I am Braylon, and I assume you already know my party members. We spoke with the town speaker, and they mentioned that you might be able to rent us some dogs to get us to our next location.
Normally, charge for both the rental of the sled and the dogs, but um, today we can waive those sled fees and cover the charges to make sure the dogs are fed and well taken care of. To get you to the next town, you're looking at needing, they look over, 4 of you. You're going to need um, at least 2 sleds. Somebody can steer and somebody can sit where supplies normally go. You're gonna need. They're looking at each of you. Probably need 6 dogs apiece. Rental price, you're looking 100 gold. But we can make a break down to 50 gold. That'll cover our cost of the food and the time to ride down with you, and then get the dogs and sleds back up here afterwards.
I turned to them. So are we just gonna walk or what?
Walking sounds fine to me. It seems a rather convenient price.
We don't mind walking.
How much quicker would it be with the dogs?
You are looking at time wise. Well, I guess a quick question is: does anybody have snowshoes? Because that makes a difference too.
Do they sell
Mm.
snowshoes here?
They do. I'll
Do I
tell
have
you
a variation after living in the wilds?
without snowshoes, it will. Oops, that's mountain travel. You can cover a quarter mile an hour. With snowshoes, a half a mile an hour, and via dog sled, a mile an hour.
And it's 10 miles to the next town.
Oh wait, hold on. No, that's overland travel, and that's different because you're traveling along the road. What else certain? You gotta travel. You can travel on foot, via the road at about a mile an hour. So I would say double that. It's still treacherous, way most of the way. The road is not an easy road. So I'll say a mile an hour to travel on foot. You get, we'll say 3 miles an hour on the road.
With the weather being as unpredictable as it is,
Mhm.
how I believe Yurn is our best navigator. Could you get us to the next town if we were to travel on foot?
Do my best.
The cold doesn't really bother me so much.
Neither. You get used to it. It's just depending how much of a hurry would we be in.
I have no obligations to anyone at this moment in time. It's whether or not the quarry we seek would still be in town by the time we get there. I'm not even 100% sure why we seek this quarry.
Well.
Our contract has been fulfilled here.
It's a direction to go.
It is something to investigate, yes.
DM, something else I wanted to do. Can I take out the letter? And is there any way I can tell how old it may be from the parchment or the ink or anything like that?
It doesn't look old. I won't make you roll for it. It looks like it would have been written recently. I won't give an exact time due to something kept in decent condition, like a letter could easily be received a day ago or a week ago or a couple weeks ago. It's been inside a nice room outside the element, so there's no way to give an exact estimate on how long it's been there. But the letter does look in decent enough condition that it hasn't aged at all.
So,
Excuse me, proprietor. If
Yes.
one were to acquire Chardolin, what would they do with this?
Ooh, well, I'm not quite sure. I mean, it is a metal of types, so it can be formed into many things. Uh,
Is it a
and
valuable metal?
mm, to the right people, rumor has that it has properties that it holds magic well. Um, that's cursed. There's all sorts of rumors out there. Um, but they beyond that, I couldn't tell you. I've never dealt with it myself.
The letter does say that they will be establishing a base of operations, so perhaps they will be there for quite some time.
hmm Frozen Ferry.
Frozen Ferry.
Yep. You will find me on the Frozen Ferry in East Haven.
What is the Frozen Ferry? I'll look at the proprietor.
Over here. Yes, the Frozen Fairy. Oh, we haven't seen them in some time. You must be referring to the East Haven Ferry. They travel from East Haven up to um, Air Divinel, and here, bringing supplies and transporting people. But we haven't seen them in quite some time. Ever since the ice on the lake started to get bad, none of the boats have been coming in and out of town. As you can see, they're all frozen where they're at.
So we could go to this next town and ask them about the Frozen Ferry and then work toward East Haven.
Sounds like an excellent task. I guess the decision ahead of us is whether we spend the 50 gold to rent the dogs or we save the 50 gold for other supplies.
I have no real attachment to gold, so I'll leave that up to y'all.
I have no real attachment to it either.
We have never used gold.
So seems like we can just use it and get on with our way.
I guess
Alright.
we'll all kind of turn and look at Braylon and
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine with using it. That's fine. I just figured maybe we would use it for other supplies, but
Are there any other supplies in this town that we could get?
cold weather gear, perhaps, for those of you that need it. I look at 17.
We would have had to get cold weather gear before we left town before. We do not like the cold.
You are in the wrong location.
We did not mean to land here. We have never been in a place this cold.
I miss whenever it was warm.
I just kind of the mask will like turn and look at you and like you kind of know there's like a questioning look behind it, but it's a blank expression on the outside. Let us rent some dogs and hope we can handle them.
People are coming with us, aren't they? So they
Yeah,
can
I'll make sure we'll get there in one piece.
Yes. The As you kind of say the hope we can handle them. Athanas says, "Ah, yes, they're well behaved. I'll be riding along with you, so that I can um, get people to bring them back up to uh, Air Koenig for me. That's part of the cost, I had to cover."
Well, considering your town is actually paying for the dogs, it only seems fitting.
So she says, "Give me half an hour, and I will have everything ready to go."
I happened to see some ruins while we were near the speaker's house. Do any of you know anything about them?
Nope.
Would we know anything about them having been here a little bit?
Let me actually pull this map back up here. Close it to prep a different map.
It's the only other thing that was labeled on the map that we haven't been to, so.
The ruins that you saw, you would have just maybe overheard something when you were in the bar. There used to be a keep there, but it has been in ruins for as long as anybody can know. Generations of generations of generations.
The area in which I come from,
The
it is
old
not
part of
ruined.
Do you guys plan to just wait here for the 30 minutes, or did you want to do anything in the meantime?
Gather the stuff that I left at the Northern Light. But I mean, this town seems kind of dead.
Welcome to Icewind Dale. um, the 30 minutes passes, and right outside the shop, just to the west, you return to find the sleds and dogs all ready to go.
These are dogs?
They do look like smaller wolves.
They are dogs, yes.
They'll listen quite well to whoever decides to steer the sled or sleds.
Guess I'll steer one of the sleds.
We want to go up to one and say, "Hello, dog."
How close are you getting?
Within 5 feet.
Are you getting
we're
down
really
to its
excited
level,
about this.
staying up high, or
I'll get down to its level.
okay? As you get right up to it and like down to its level, it has just enough slack that it comes over and like it jumps up with its two front paws on you and starts licking your face.
We will start screaming. Terrified, screaming.
I think your dogs need a little more training.
I did just tell you they're friendly dogs.
I'll go over and kind of grab her and drag her away from the dog.
Why did it try to eat me? Why?
You are
They're
okay. You are
not
okay.
trying to eat you, my dear. That is just a sign that they like you.
I will not lick anyone to like them.
Your creatures are strange.
Dogs can be sometimes, but they're a loyal pack.
Not getting anywhere near a dog again. we don't buy this.
To be fair, you have had bad experiences with both the big one and the small ones.
What was the bad experience with the big one?
She got like unconscious and on your back. Got smashed
Well,
by
that
an
wasn't
ogre
exactly-
zombie.
That wasn't exactly the dog's fault.
No.
We will also point out that we did not get licked by the goat. So these creatures are very strange.
No, but have you seen goat eyes?
But the goat did not try to eat us.
The Athenas is Atna, sorry, is kind of over here chuckling at your guys' conversation. My dear, they trust me, they mean no harm, and she'll go over to one, like pet it and like let it lick her face.
We're not really having it. In her mind, this is someone that's been around these creatures, so maybe they just respect them.
Shall we get going?
We suppose.
You said one should stand and one should sit?
Yes, there's room for somebody at the back to steer the sled, and there is room since we don't have to worry about any cargo for the somebody to sit up front.
Who will be steering?
Whoever's in the back.
Look around the group. Who will be steering?
Yeah.
You're one of them. Since I'm not afraid of dogs.
We are going to climb into the front of one of them because we don't know anything about dogs
do
or
we?
sleds.
Whichever one,
You're into
whichever one Yiren steers, I'll climb into the front of.
all right.
Can you even see over the front?
Atlas will give a quick tutorial on how to steer and command the dogs.
And then it goes yip yip whoosh.
Yep, and then goes yip yip.
Isn't it much?
Nope.
It's yip yip now.
The lead dog on Atnis's sled is named Appa, and so she goes yip yip.
Good reference.
Awesome.
That's how we all got frozen in ice.
Exactly.
We will be white knuckle gripping because this is terrifying.
Is it though?
Yes. But we are not going to scream because we don't want to seem weak.
Alright. So everybody mushes along. As you does everybody still have the Icewind Dale map up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oops. So as we
You
travel,
destroyed our path. No.
Where?
you're able to get to Tar Denival in just over an hour. As you start to approach town, let me turn my maps up. You notice that this town seems smaller than the previous town.
Good, then it'll be a breeze to drive through.
As you approach, The road starts to go straight through town. Are you guys going to, unless you tell Atlas to stop, she's going to continue leading through town.
Do we see anything that stands out to us as we drive through?
Nope. Just another small village. You can see a keep, the car up on the hill. And you can see a tavern that's set off to the east side of town, in between town and the car. And other than that, it's just a small town.
Do you want to keep on going or stop and ask about the frozen ferry? This is where the man he stops.
I think we should get to our destination, but
It works for me.
We can keep going.
To this one, so am I not showing to you?
That was the subtle trying to stop us from getting the full party wipe. We messed up.
Why is
whoa, the map went
oh,
away.
I took it away. There we go. It said it wasn't sharing to Rachel, so I don't know if it was or wasn't.
It's weird.
So I just redid it. You travel through town, and roughly another 2.5 hours go by. And the small road that you're on actually opens up to be a fairly big road. Knowing to your map, you know you need to take a left and head east to East Haven.
Whoa,
Hey. Wow.
that's up
You
there.
pull in. You can notice East Haven from a good distance away. You notice that this town isn't like the other towns you'd visited here in Icewind Dale, in that, while it seems like a full-sized town, you can see as you approach plenty of people in the streets.
Wow, that is a big old town, isn't it?
Wow.
Bigger than my hometown. And
As you guys ride into town, the Atlas takes you to the stables. Right down here. And as you pull in, she gestures, well, this is where we part paths. This is the stables. You are welcome to go wherever you need to go from here.
All right, I'm gonna get off of the sleigh and thank them for the travels and their service for helping us along the way.
Thank you for helping out.
Would you be able
We will.
to point us in the direction of the frozen ferry?
Yes. To get to the ferry, head out back up to the east way. Continue heading east. To 2 blocks. And then head north. You'll then approach the lake. You should be able to find the appropriate dock from there.
Thank you.
All right, I guess we will head out and head.
Well, what time of day is it?
Um, it's taken you probably about
3 or 4 hours, wouldn't it be?
yeah. Let me go back to the map.
Holy windy,
Taking you
Batman.
about. It's making about, we'll say 6 hours to travel. You woke up, got ready. Um, we're gonna go with that's 4.
4 p.m. Okay.
Yes.
Shall we head out then?
Sounds logical to me.
By the way, while we have your attention, where is the nearest inn, just in case we need to stop there afterwards?
The inn. You'll actually pass right by it if you follow my directions. The White Lady Inn.
All right, perfect. All right, let's proceed.
So we are going to put our hood up and do our best to disguise ourselves.
All right. Um, as you begin traveling, you head up the couple blocks. I grab one of your tokens just to represent what the entire group is here. And as you get to this location and are right about to turn north, you see a large commotion further down the path. A bunch of people coming out of the different paths and alleys, continue east. It seems like quite a few people. And you can hear some loud noises coming a few further blocks down.
Can we notice the expressions on people's faces that are heading in that direction?
There's excitement, curiosity. Um, it's I mean, it's a bunch of people running towards a certain area. You're seeing the backsides of them for the most part. A couple people brush past you, coming from behind you, so you can't quite make out the facial expressions.
And being from this region, would I know anything about any festivals or anything that towns may have?
Um, Roll a history. 21. Know that every town in the 10 towns makes some sort of sacrifice to Aril, the ice queen. And you would know that East Haven's sacrifice is a human, but you don't quite know that this is what that is.
I'm gonna kind of.
That was the only thing that would spark your mind of what it potentially could be.
I'm gonna kind of look at the crowd with disgust, and then look away from them and continue on as if I didn't notice the people moving in that direction.
We are very curious, and we want to start following people. Still disguised.
All right, so 17 is going that way.
I'll go with her.
Braylon has started to head this way.
So is Yaren. He's just focused on the task at hand.
Are you? Is Braylon and Urine going to turn back and follow the group, or are you gonna split the party?
Split the party.
People
All
who have
right.
knocked down to the mass of people.
What?
I said we're 2 people have been knocked down so far to the mass of people.
Yeah, you just see I want to say it's a mass, but you see quite a few people rushing towards that location. So we will. Braylon and Urine are going to continue. And 17 and Tushiro are going to go this way. I will do 17 and Tushiro first. As you guys approach the town hall, you see a gathering of people. And they seem to be surrounded by a crowd has gathered in the front of the town hall to watch the public execution of a human who, despite efforts to disguise himself, was recognized and arrested for crimes. Members of the militia, you can see people stacking up hay tied up to a post. And right as you guys gather around the crowd, you can see them light they start to light the hay on fire, and it starts to build up and start to light this human on fire.
This place has strange customs.
Yes.
How many militiamen are around?
Quite a few. You can make out with ease. 4 with ease. There could be more, but there's the gathering of people. It's hard to see through all of them to pick out any more people that might be militia.
This seems unhonorable. I will just turn around and start walking away. See if I can go find Braylon.
As you start to walk away, a woman approaches the two of you. Hello. You guys aren't from around here, are you?
No.
Why?
Let me introduce myself. I am Indra, the captain of East Haven's militia. I don't recognize you.
We just arrived in town.
I'm sorry that you have to see this on your first day.
See what? An unhonorable death?
A very strange custom.
The man is a wizard. He has committed several crimes. He recruited a group of adventurers and decided to kill them. So his punishment is death.
There are more honorable deaths than burning at the stake.
You assume he deserves honorable death. Well, I don't like seeing it. It is the law, and is what he deserves.
It is not his honor I refer to. You being the captain, it is your honor.
Well, we can agree to disagree there, but I could use your help. Looking um, for a group of adventurers to assist the town in a favor. Would you guys be willing to help?
I am not able to speak for my entire group. What is it that you need help with?
We had some fishermen go missing. And I was wondering if you would be able to mount a search party for them.
How many fishermen?
We
4 went missing.
when?
Um, two days ago. They haven't returned.
Where were they
Where-
last seen?
Well, their boat was last seen heading north, west. Let me just pull lake look.
So the lake's
Yes.
not frozen here?
No,
To-
it is. They, but you go far enough out. A lot of people who will drag their boats across the ice out to the water.
Hmm.
But they travel northeast along the coastline.
Always grab the
We-
wrong tab for some reason.
We must confer with our other companions.
Thank you.
Where would we find you?
You can find me here at the town hall, or if I'm not here, somebody will be able to find me.
Very well.
How do I know that you are not some wizard in a disguise hiring adventurers to lead them to their death?
Is that what that insight roll is for?
No.
Oh, okay. I just saw that.
I was
We
just
did not.
I was just curious how Toshiro might handle this particular situation, so
Oh.
I made a roll.
We did not think of that.
a wizard.
You are burning a
You
wizard
can-
that hired adventurers, are you not?
That is a wizard. Points to the man, still barely being burned alive. Is a wizard.
We are going to poke him with our wand and make a circle around him. Glaring.
Her.
Her. Yes, of course.
What are you doing?
We're trying to determine whether or not you are a wizard in disguise, and whether or not you
Poke.
should be thrown on the bonfire.
I don't know how to prove I'm not. And you can ask any one of my guards.
We'll turn to Toshiro. What if they are all wizards?
Toshiro will shrug. Then we will burn the whole town. I'll turn back to her. If your fishermen are alive, I will try to find them, in whatever condition they are in.
Thank you.
northeast in their boat.
Yes.
Have you had any recent influx of Durgar?
Not that I know of.
The town we came from had some items stolen from the village. The items were stolen by Durgar.
Well, the city is quite large here. And, well, unfortunately, uh, things go missing quite often here. So it's not really a uh, uncommon occurrence for things to go missing. So whether it's from Durgar or from thieves, I couldn't tell you.
Is it common for people to go missing?
Not so much.
One other question for you. Is there a person in town that would happen to be an expert on Chardelin?
Um, I imagine we do. I will. Nobody particularly rings a bell, um, but we are much larger than the small villages that make up the rest of the 10 towns. So give me some time and I will poke around and see who would know best about that information.
Very well. Come 17. No wonder the others did not want to witness this spectacle.
We should watch out for wizards.
Clearly. At least ones that hire adventuring groups, as the mask just kind of like stares at her as I slowly walk away.
We have only seen one wizard.
Have you now?
Well, briefly.
Yes. He did burn quite efficiently.
I will switch back here to Braylon and urine. Not poop, urine.
Wow. That's awful.
As you guys travel up the alley, you do see a larger building with a sign out front reading the White Lady Inn.
All right. I think we're just gonna continue past it and head toward the docks to find the ferry.
All right. As you continue past it, you can see the frozen lake out in front of you with quite a few docks. Roll a perception check. Oh, sorry, do investigation, actually.
Both of us.
Yeah.
I liked your first check.
Oh!
Oh.
It was sitting at 19 until the very last second.
Yep.
Braylon, you're looking around, and you don't seem to be able to pick out any clues to which boat is the East Haven ferry. But Urine, you kind of, it takes you a couple minutes. You kind of recognize a few boats that might be too small to be a ferry. And then you set your eyes on the ferry, which is marked on the map. So it's not like I gotta tell you which one it is. You do set your eyes on it, and you would guess that that would vary.
Yeah, no point two or the big one.
All right.
Start
Kinda
heading
look
to it.
I said, is this some kind of personal quest, or what exactly? I don't exactly know what's going on for this.
I'm just following the clues.
All right. I guess we'll approach the ferry.
Yep.
Okay.
Do we notice any life forms or anything around the?
Yeah, before we go on the dock, is there anybody out there?
Um,
Is there anybody at all?
as you
Ooh.
approach on the dock, roll a perception check. Sorry, roll a survival. Looking around, you don't see anybody, but you do see footprints.
Can I identify the footprints?
Sorry, hold on. You see one set of footprints. Yeah, roll another. Actually, with your survival already, um, having already tracked some of these, you do guess that these are dwarf footprints.
All right. Look at the footprint and then look back at urine. Dwarves are nearby.
He just gives a nod and gets ready to trudge on forward.
Uh, as you guys are continuing, is that what you said?
Yep.
You guys get to the end of the dock as 17 and Tushiro get right to the dock. You guys are all the way right at the where it curves, head towards the boat.
So we can see a couple of figures out there.
Say it again.
We can see a couple of figures out at the curve in the dock. We're at the beginning of the dock, right?
Yes.
We'll just start heading towards them.
Do we see anything on the ferry from here?
From the ferry, it looks to be abandoned, aside from the obvious footprints that you found. From what you can see, the keelboat is trapped in the ice at the end of the wooden dock. A small cabin is situated towards the aft end of the hull.
Well, we should check out the cabin first, shouldn't we?
Yep.
All right. Let's move to the cabin.
Do you want to take point or should I?
I can take point. That's fine.
All right.
As you guys make your way onto the boat, 17 and Tushiro reach the same spot you guys were just at. Are you guys going to continue on? Or wait for them to catch up?
Yeah, I wouldn't have looked back yet, so he wouldn't notice the area yet, unless they'd call it out.
Nope. We wouldn't have called out.
All right.
Nope.
So you guys are at the door.
We can see them on the boat,
You saw them get up onto the boat.
but we can't see them on the boat.
At the moment, the angle you're at, and the way the boat's sitting, the sides of the boat go up just enough to where you can't see up onto the boat.
Does the boat
Definitely.
look? Does it look like it's been damaged in any way? Does the hull look like it's intact?
Roll a perception check. The boat doesn't seem to have sustained any damage other than being trapped in ice.
I was thinking that if they're going on board the boat, there might be wise to see if somebody take a spot so that in case anybody jumps off the other side of the boat or out the hole in the hull or something. But we'll start heading up towards the ramp then.
Is there anything you want to do before we open the door, Urine?
Go right in.
I will turn to Toshiro and say, "What is this vessel?"
This is a boat.
Very strange.
She
What
didn't-
is?
What a boat is, though? Didn't you come on one?
Yeah, I was about to say.
She said her ship crashed. She did not say a boat.
Hmm.
That's what Toshiro will just look at her and be like, "Did you not say that your ship crashed?"
Yes. It was nothing like this, though.
What was your ship like?
Round and made of metals.
I do not think
This
that metal floats.
floats quite well with the right modifications. This seems very flimsy and whimsical.
I have seen similar to these where I come from. These ones
What is
are
it made of?
plants.
Very strange.
You
We will hesitantly start up the ramp, kind of testing it out as we go.
We're going to creak open the door.
Kick
You're
open
gonna
the
creak
door.
open the door. Roll a stealth. You open the door, it's making too much noise. The ice covering the door, as you open it, you notice it has been chipped away, and it opens with ease. It opens up to a space roughly 10 feet square. Contains 4 sleeping bags, a pack, a bag, like a sack on the ground, and a rolled up man of Icewind Dale marks. Oh, sorry, map. You see a map, kind of half rolled up. On the floor.
Yaren's gonna pick up the map and look over it, see if he notices any distinguishing markers and such.
Second.
Yowza Rooney, it is windy outside.
Yes, it is.
Gusts of 40 miles per hour. Sweet.
Jeez.
Hey, those were here like a week and a half ago.
As you pick it up,
Oh!
out of nowhere, a dwarf appears next to you and attempt to stab you. But you had shifted just unknowingly when you kind of moved right as you went to do it, and he stabs right into some of your armor with a dagger, and doesn't go through at all. Roll initiative.
No, the initiative.
Oops, not what I want.
Guys, I found them.
What? Oh my goodness. I'm doing great.
Wah wah.
Well, it makes sense in Java like that.
Yeah, that's true. Dun, 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 dun,
Braylon,
dun, dun, dun.
right? I mean, it's a small space, so I mean, within 5 feet of you, a dwarf appears, attempting to stab at Urine as he picks up this map.
All right. Well, suddenly I'm going to begin to change shape and transform into a dire wolf
What?
with my bonus action.
Okay, to have room to change into a dire wolf. You're gonna have to back up to the outside of the cabin. Cabin is a 10-foot square space. You have already 2 people occupying half of that 10 feet.
All right. You know what? Can I turn into a normal wolf? We never went over the.
Yep, you can absolutely turn into a normal wolf.
I'll just turn into a normal wolf then.
Give me a second. I will pull up the normal wolf as a friend in combat tracker. Hunt wolf. All right, there you go.
I click on it to see its thing.
Yep.
I don't think I can. Last time I had to click on it,
Should
and
be. You not click on the offensive ability?
I don't think I can open up it
Got it.
from the combat tracker.
Yeah, you got to put it on the map. It's the actual token he has to click.
Oh, okay.
There we go. And then I will use my main action to bite at.
And you have advantage.
Oh, right. I'll just do
Well, again, in case it's a.
Alright, I'll roll a second time just to see. Yep, definitely. Alright. And then I roll to see if he's prone. Nope. And then it is Urine's turn.
All right, Aaron's gonna stuff the map into his side, like his belt, and then pull out his warhammer and take a swing.
Chishiro, as you guys are approaching, you all of a sudden hear some commotion.
Okay. Is the door? Have I gotten like to the top of the ramp or?
You were um probably about 5 feet away from the ramp up, and then we'll give it another 5 feet up the ramp, another 5 feet to the door.
Okay. So yeah, I'll take those 5 feet as fast as I possibly can. Drawing out my. I'll go with my light crossbow. Why not?
Okay.
Look inside the door and see a Durgar, a wolf, and Urn.
Yes.
Let's see. Hold on a second. Am I? pretty sure that that's Braylon, because he did turn into a wolf, but he's a bigger wolf. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's Braylon. I'll point the crossbow at the Durgar. Stand down! You are surrounded. We have killed your companions. If you do not surrender, we will kill you. Now I'll just ready to fire the crossbow if he makes an aggressive attack towards either Urine or Braylon. But that's my turn. Just ready a shot.
Okay.
Try to be somewhat intimidating about it.
We'll get around on his turn. On his response. 17. You just saw Jushiro like run ahead of you, and you hear him shouting some stuff.
We will walk up the ramp and get to the edge of the door and cast Mage Armor and just kind of peek around to see what's happening, but I don't want to leave my head in the doorway. So I'm going to look and see what's happening in the room and then duck back.
Okay.
So I'm like back to the wall right by the doorway, but like out of view from anyone inside it.
It is the Durgar's turn. He laughs at you. You don't know what's coming. And then he's going to stab at Urine again.
And then he's going to get a crossbow bolt.
With a miss. He's rolling horrible.
Twang.
Well, what was your command again? Was it if he attacks?
Yeah, if he made an aggressive move towards either one of them,
Okay.
he's going to shoot him. Dang.
Let's see. Stab. He gets one, and his first stab again, just with a dagger right into your armor. No penetration. The next stab, he finds a weak spot in it and stabs it right through two pieces of your armor. As you take how much?
9.
9 damage.
Now
Not
would
only
like
do
to
you feel like the sting of it, as it stabs you, you get a ringing noise in your head, and it causes gives you some psychic damage as well.
Alright, I would like to take my reaction to Wrath of the Storm as I get hit. Lightning just sparks off of me and
All right.
goes to hit him.
Ooh.
Actually, hold on. Let me make sure this is set up right because it says Wisdom, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Dexterity. Yeah, let me change that.
Psychic damage 2, huh?
So lightning arcs off me and he slams into him as he hits me.
Ooh. Yeah. As your lightning strikes at him, His life flashes before his eyes, and he pulls it back together.
No, you.
Time for the kill shot.
Summon a batch.
Alright, I'm gonna growl and then quickly attack. Oops, wrong day. I'm gonna attack with another bite. And
Yeah, as you
bye bye.
bite at him, your jaw goes just right for his neckline, and you wrap your jaws right around his neck and crush it. And then as you release, he falls to the ground.
Can I get a scent and then check the area to make sure that there is no more hiding?
Yes, we're out of combat, so you can roll a smell at advantage. Actually, first roll a survival to get a scent first.
While the wolf is sniffing the air, I'd like to see if I could retrieve my crossbow bolt.
You fired two.
One.
Yeah, you can recover the single crossbow bolt.
And then I'll pat him down, searching for any
I thought
information.
roll their thing. I gotta pull this.
Just going right back to the map. They start shuffling.
There's my attempt to get his scent. Oh, you said an advantage. Oops.
But no, I first roll a regular survival, and then now roll a perception for smell at advantage.
He gets a +3 to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 16. You sniff around. You don't seem to find any other scents on the boat.
There's Braylon.
What?
With Toshiro. See it?
Huh?
My Lego wolf.
Oh.
Oh, and then you were searching the body, correct, Tushiro?
Correct.
Roll an investigation.
Okay. Uno momento. Oh, wow. That was bad.
Don't seem to find anything on him. But Urine did find a map.
And I'm looking through it.
We'll find this perfect time to take a break. I gotta use the restroom. Let the pup out to use the restroom.
Cool.
Looks like it.
Wait, I didn't hear Punk.
He's there.
Yeah.
I think him and Will said it at the same time. All right.
Countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Too late.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. No time has passed for you, but 10 minutes has passed for us. Time travel. Going back to the boat. Urine, as you re-pick up the map, you notice
That you
a
get stabbed
couple
again.
locations marked on the map. I circled the areas. The one location you recognize as the hideout that you previously traveled to that led you to East Haven. The other one is marked. What's the name? It's just marked fortress on the map.
Marked what?
Fortress.
Ah.
Sunblight Fortress. And that
That's
would
the
be
only
the one
thing.
to the south.
That's all that's on here.
Yeah, those two locations are marked on there.
Alright, I'll hold it out and show the group and point at this new location and said, looks like there's a new area.
Hey,
Is there
Peyton.
any?
Yes.
Sorry, Will, go ahead.
I can go.
Okay, so since we have this map here, can you just let me know where my stuff is in relation to the southern pink mark?
Hold on one sec.
You don't have to necessarily mark it, just, you know, kind of the distance one direction or another.
I'll just send it to you.
Cool.
Sec. Rachel. I don't know.
Let me know once you're done doing that.
I sent you both a picture and a description. All right. What did you need, Braylon?
Oh, I was just gonna ask, can I investigate the area and see if there's anything else of use within the room?
Yes.
So I'm just rolling
Investigation. Sorry.
Oh, me doing this in dog form isn't going to be much fun.
Well, it's still your stats for that, ain't it?
No.
But you keep your mental.
Oh, I do. I don't.
But you have specific when it comes to skill checks. You use the skill checks that are listed. It should have. I'm pretty sure Wolf has a specified skill check for perception.
So I do perception, not.
Do a wisdom, and then what's the wolf's? Hold on. What's the...
I thought you wanted me to do an investigation check. That's all.
Sorry. Oh yes. An investigation check. So you would just use. You do use your intelligence. Just do an intelligence roll. Because you're not proficient in it, so just do a d20 with your intelligence.
Just my normal skill.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
You find some sleeping bags, a sack of rations, and that's about it.
Oh, oops. Well, it doesn't matter. I accidentally had the -4 on there, but
Oh. But yeah, it doesn't make a difference.
You say there's a dagger on this body? The one that it stabbed at Urine with? A weapon?
You can find a dagger, but two people have investigated and have no luck finding anything other than a plain dagger.
Perhaps there is something that can only be found through means of magic?
Hmm.
There are 3 other sleeping pallets here. Perhaps he was expecting the ones we eliminated?
That is possible, we suppose.
What does your wolf nose smell, Braylon?
I'm gonna shapeshift back from my dog form back into a human form, and I'm going to kind of dust myself off and be like, I don't smell any other scents or anything here. So I think we're good to assume that we're alone at least, and that the other people haven't been here.
So, what type of boat is this? You say a keel boat? So that doesn't likely to have like a storage area, like a hull?
No, just the cabin. You know the outer deck could be used to transport any goods, but the ship is not big enough to have a hole.
Perhaps, Braylon, you start there, and I'll start here, and we give this place one final thorough inspection. With my help, perhaps we will have luck finding something.
May we look at the map?
Yes, and I'll hand it over.
That was my attempt essentially to be all like, let's give one person advantage to see if that helps with
Yeah.
the search. I don't know what your investigation modifier is. Mine is a +3.
Mine's a investigation. I mean, I can't help with investigation because I'm not proficient in it. I only have a +2.
You have to be proficient in it to help?
You
To help.
do.
Yeah.
Really?
Surprised you didn't know that, William.
I did not know that.
Yes, to perform the help action with the skill check, you must be proficient. So you could still have Braylon do the check and have an advantage at +2 instead of an advantage at +3. Because are you proficient?
No,
Will?
I am not proficient.
Oh, okay.
Neither of us is proficient in investigation, so it would be.
Well, I'm not very successful. What about the dwarf? Kieran, why don't you try to look around and see if you notice anything? Maybe you can get into their mindset, being that you
Are a dwarf?
share the same skin as them.
Did you just call him a Durgar?
Okay, so like we know the difference where we come from.
That's okay. Urine doesn't know the difference.
Nope.
We look absolutely shocked.
Like Kieran's just looking back and forth between himself, his hands, and all that, and Durgar, and just like shakes his head and starts looking around.
No, Clarice.
That would be a no.
Upon urine, he's like looking at the skin, looking like he's too focused on your comment that they have the same skin to really like pay attention to much of the ship.
Yeah. And Kieran motions back toward the map that 17 has. There's another marking on it.
We want to get Tashiro's attention and kind of have a private conversation.
In a 10 by 10 room. Sure.
No, we'll go out on the deck if need be. So we want to point out to Tashiro on the map.
Roll a stealth.
Okay.
Can we roll perceptions from the inside?
Probably.
I mean, passive perception would be bad.
Like,
Yeah, you can. You can roll.
and
a
you can see me
perception.
pointing at the map, so
Yeah,
like you know
roll
I'm
a-
pointing
you
something
guys
out.
Can the two of you can roll a perception to see? Not a very big boat. That's why like, you started like I watch them roll bad. No. So
It's
as
both better than what I'm doing, so it's
you go to like whisper, but you're still like not loud, but it's a small boat, so you don't
Yeah.
whisper at all. You just at a normal voice.
okay. So will you, since everybody's gonna see what I'm doing, just mark on the map where that is?
Yes.
You wouldn't see.
So, Peyton, sometimes two or more characters team up to attempt a task. The character who's leading the effort, or the one with the highest ability modifier, can make the ability check with advantage, reflecting the help provided by the other characters. In combat, this requires the help action. A character can only provide help if a task is one that he or she could attempt alone. For example, trying to open a lock requires proficiency with thieves' tools, so a character who lacks that proficiency can't help another character in that task. However, a character can help only when two or more individuals working together would actually be productive. Some tasks, such as threading a needle, are so easy, require no help. So it does not require you to be proficient in a task to provide the help action.
I've
I'll
heard
re-look
an
that up.
optional rule that some DMs would use.
I remember reading. I'll look it up in between weeks. I remember reading. I'll have to find out where I found it. That does say that you have to have proficiency in the skill to provide the help action. And I'll find out where I find that and double check what that was. So on the map, 17 is going to point out. I'm going to kind of give it a bigger area because 17 didn't have a map to know exactly the pinpointed location by looking at a map. She would know how to get back to it. Somewhere in this area, 17 can explain what she was going to explain. Is there.
Sorry, I was answering a child question. Okay. There is something. My ship. My ship is here. And our ship is here. We must take caution in its vicinity as others may be looking for it that we wish to avoid.
You would know how to get back to it with ease, but looking at it on a map, like pointing down like that it's here, like you don't know the area, so you're like, I know it's over here, but
Right.
But as you got close, you would know how to actually get to it.
Yeah.
Did your ship sail upon, and I will point to the river that is near the area there?
Okay, so DM question. I'm thinking like UFO. Is that
I
like?
sent you a picture of what it is.
Did you?
It's kind
Okay.
of a blurry.
Yeah, that's I couldn't really tell. So is it? I mean, like steampunky style.
Uh, want me to share an image of it?
Yeah, because I want to give a good description. So
Hold on.
I mean, I get kind of an idea with that. I don't think it's anything anyone in this party would
Let me find
think
it.
of remotely when I say ship.
Roll roll a performance to see how well you can describe this ship.
It's gonna be great. This is great. We can totally describe this,
Oh yeah, okay. All right.
and you
I
can
was trying
share
to
a
just I was
picture.
trying to figure out how good of a picture to give. Give me a sec. Some of my Baldur's Gate 3 players will recognize this image.
We think perhaps that we aren't used to whispering because that's not really a thing we were allowed to do. So we think we're whispering, but we're not.
Desktop. Where's my desktop? There we go. Upon describing it, this is roughly what it looks like.
As soon as you said Baldur's Gate, I knew exactly what it was. Giant Nautilus.
Anybody outside of their character knows what a Mind Flare Spelljammer looks like, would know what the ship looks like.
But anybody inside of their character has no idea what she just said.
Nope.
Totally, none of them have no idea what you just said.
That sounds completely alien, I am sure.
You just described a ship with tentacles that flies and has a shell.
Yes. So to Tashiro's question, it is not our ship. It is the ship we traveled on.
Your ship crashed here. It seems one of their locations for the dig is here.
Yes. So we tell you this because we would like to be cautious.
I do not have a problem with caution. I would also say that you could probably trust the ones we travel with until they have proven otherwise.
We will look you straight in the eye. We cannot be captured again. We cannot go back.
Upon my blood, I will not allow that to happen.
We feel we can trust you as neither of us is from this world. We are beginning to trust others.
I'll go back into the cabin.
I'll follow. We will follow.
So you deleted the one southern mark on the map that was by the forest?
I gave I made it smaller, because you know the exact location.
No, you
No, he's
delete.
talking about the fortress location.
It's gone.
Oh, I redrew. Hold on. Is it there?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
So there's. Why does it keep zooming in? I don't want it zoomed in right now. And there was another location that was drawn on the map too when it was first opened, but it's gone now as well.
Yeah, it was near Kelvin's.
Yeah,
Cairn.
that's the stronghold we first went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So of what was on the map, the southern location is where we have not traveled yet.
I also let you know exactly who your captors were.
The letter
Huh.
mentioned other people. Who else did it mention? Can you reread the letter, please, Peyton? We have that letter, so I'll just ask Yerin to pull it out and reread it real quick. But I know that player-wise, I don't know if you've memorized it.
Yeah, he sent it to me, so I have it.
Oh, okay. Can you reread that then, please?
It was this brother. You will find me on the frozen ferry in East Haven. From this new base, the search for Shardlin continues. Long may our father reign over this dark land, Dearth.
Clearly, the father of these two individuals is also involved in whatever things they were doing.
Could that mean that the map might not actually, this map may not actually be the correct location? That's just where they're guessing?
For what?
For Shardlin.
Well, you said it notion that this was a fortress, right?
No. The map is marking the fortress, not a location of Shardolin, but
So
the
we know it's
fortress.
another base of theirs, basically, that it's marking.
So the spot that's marked on the map is their fortress?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. So excited. Well, we imagine it will get much colder. Perhaps we should seek out the inn.
I'll take
Then it isn't too far away from here.
I'll take that dagger that I found on the body. Grab the body itself. Kind of throw it up on my shoulder. Go out to the deck of the boat. How far down to the ice is it?
10 feet from. No, 5 feet from the. From where you're standing.
Imagine that the ice is pretty thick here. Just trying to
Perhaps we should leave him and tell the guard what has happened. Assuming she is not a wizard.
What's with the wizard?
Apparently, wizards around here like to hire adventuring parties to murder. The person in
They
town they decided to burn.
they
Oh,
ha-
so I take it you witnessed the sacrificial ritual?
that was not a ritual. That was a punishment.
They probably just
Dishonorable
needed a
death.
sacrifice, and the uh, lowest on our food chain just got sacrificed.
No.
Sacrifice
Very
for
common
what?
in different places here.
Sacrifice to what?
Well,
To the god or whatever who is causing this frozen mess.
but the guard, she said that he murdered people, so he was sentenced to death and burned.
Yes, but I mean, if you have to make a sacrifice to somebody, you're not going to take your best and brightest. You're going to take your person who needs to be executed and do away with them instead.
Hmm. She also
It's very
happened to mention something about some missing fishermen. She asked us if we would be willing to look for them.
Did she give you any kind of direction on where they may be?
Yes, they took their boat out into the middle of the lake and then they traveled northeast. They have been gone 2 days. More than likely, they are frozen icicles upon the lake.
We told the guard that we must speak with you before giving an answer as to whether we would search for them. She said we can find her in the town hall, which is where they burn the wizards. It seems.
I see. Well, maybe we should rest for the evening and then begin. Uh, then we can go search after them or go to the fortress, whichever you guys want to do.
I would like to gather more information, if at all possible, before I assault a fortress. I do believe we lack the numbers.
We would just like to get warm.
Here,
Well,
take this, and I'll grab one of the blankets that's there on the floor and just kind of wrap it around you.
I have a we have a visual. Oh yes.
what?
Then I'll go grab another one and just kind of like layer it on top of you. I do not think that it would be a good idea to let the town magistrate know that technically we murdered this person in their place of dwelling.
Did we not defend ourselves?
We did, but we also technically broke and entered.
We have no real evidence that they were committing any sort of nefarious acts, as no one can really tell us what Chardolin is, or what it is for, or if it is valuable, or why someone would be searching for such large quantities of it.
Shame the water's all frozen.
You believe it has something to do with the frozen water?
I'm just saying we could hide the water if we hide the body if we sunk it to the bottom of the lake, but
That was my initial thought. This boat does seem abandoned in that not many people come here. But if this particular individual does have a father and has left a note as to his location, then he has possibly left more than one note to more than one person. Do not wish whomever to come along and find the dead body of their son.
Did you
What would happen if we burn the boat?
I was just going to say, he does remarkably look like a wizard, does he not? And the mask just like nods up and down.
Because if we burned him with the boat, maybe he would sink into the water with it, and
We could
that would do away with body, and
we could claim that we were eliminating another wizard.
be highly suspicious to start a fire in a large town?
We're not really in the town. We're more on the lake.
But it did not take us long to get here from the town hall. Would not we be caught before we escaped?
We would just be doing the village a favor by burning another wizard.
We will look you in the eye again. We cannot be caught.
well, what if the the three of you, went back to town and left the body with me? I then can go ahead and start a fire on the boat, and then I can shapeshift into a mouse and meet you back in town.
It is a lovely day for a walk. Quite a loud, boisterous, talking walk so that plenty of people will see us.
Perhaps
I mean,
Perhaps-
maybe-
we could go to the inn.
Yes,
There will likely
Yes.
be lots of people there.
let's.
just make sure as many people see you as possible. And I will begin the burning in about 30 minutes.
I have no problems. We have no problem standing out. We tend to be noticed.
But you just said you were cold.
If it means we would not be caught, we can be very conspicuous.
Let us go get a
I'm
room
gonna
at the inn.
reach out and try to take the body from you.
I'll just drop it on the floor, just like unceremoniously. Ka-thump. Let us retire to the inn. Yurn, will you be joining us?
Sure.
We will drop the blanket that was wrapped around us as it was on this boat, and evidence should disappear. And we will start walking back toward town. The jacket we wear, we kind of made modifications to allow for our gliders. So we will make those very noticeable as we walk through town. We will drop the blanket and we will just walk through town like this so that everyone can see our strange gliders. And we actually have a feature called All Eyes on You that is in our background. So our accent, mannerisms, figures of speech, and appearance mark us as foreign. Curious glances are directed your way wherever you go, which can be a nuisance, but you also gain the friendly interest of scholars and others intrigued by far-off lands. So wherever we go, people tend to notice us. So
Oh, it's advantageous.
Perhaps,
it can be.
Perhaps
Just not.
not so blatant. You do not want to get caught, after all. enough people to witness us not being near the boat, it will suffice.
Yes. We do not have far to go to reach the inn, though. We think we will be okay.
We'll go to the inn and walk in. And
Is there any people on the dock or around the dock that would be seeing us leave?
Roll a perception.
Because throw this entire little plan out the window.
it'll be great.
Yeah. With the group perception there, as you guys walk away, you are fairly confident nobody has seen you walk to or from this boat.
But people are seeing us walk to the inn.
Yeah, you get to the you guys heading straight towards the inn or like circling around town before going there.
Nah, we're going straight to the inn.
Straight to the inn.
So you guys make your way to the inn. We'll get to that here shortly. About 10 minutes go by. Braylon, can you roll a perception check for me?
All right.
Uh,
Whenever they leave,
Okay, whenever they.
where are you?
Urine, you took the map, right?
Dean has it.
Does the map
We
say
think-
Baron to Toshiro and
Yeah,
Seven-
we still had the map because we drew
I
where.
meant the East Haven map. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. It tells me who can see the map, and it only tells me currently Urine and Braylon. Just making sure.
We cannot see that map.
You can't see the East Haven map?
No, we only have Icewind Dale.
I can't see it either. Weird.
I have it.
There we go.
Just in the
There we
back
go.
for me.
We had it in the back and it went away.
Oh.
Now we have it.
So you guys walk to the inn. About 10 minutes in, Braylon, you said as soon as they left, you were going to.
I sent it to you and via Discord.
That's not what I want. Nope. Okay.
And then I'm going to take his body and stuff him into a barrel.
Okay. I need to hold on. Actually step into a I'm going to do a call to you, Brent.
Okay.
So we will be right back.
And screws up the recording.
That's okay. I
We are at the inn.
I capture now essentially all of Discord rather than each square individually, so it's a little bit better now. Urine, where do you hail from?
This land.
Any
I typically avoid the towns and survived off the wilderness.
do not seem like you know much of your kind.
My kind being
Dwarves.
no, I would not.
Any particular reason why?
Never met another one like that would be a dwarf. These Duergar are the first I've ever encountered of something similar to me.
That is completely understandable.
We have met many creatures, but none free thinking. This land is very strange.
Even where I am from, you speak in parables and mysteries. You are the only one that I have ever come across that refers to themselves as we.
It is habit. Where I come from, we were one mind.
Do not ever wish to return home.
We do not remember our home. We only remembered the hive.
You do not wish to return to the hive.
No. We would like to know where we were from, but it has been too long.
You know where you're from, don't you, Yearn?
Huh?
You know where you're from?
All I've known is the wilderness.
Interesting. Well,
Were you alone in the wilderness?
No, I had a family.
Had?
Yes, had. And he clutches his cloak very tightly against him.
Hmm. Were they lost to you?
They were killed. Taken.
We are sorry. We have not had anyone close.
Those that did it will pay in time.
Shiro,
yes, 17?
world are you from?
I am from somewhere that is similar to this place. It is not so much a world, it is a realm. It's a dark, shadowy reflection.
Where I am from was dark. Where we are from was dark too.
I imagine that the darkness is different, though. This is more of an emotional and warped sort of darkness. All of my kind do not value honor. All of the members of my race serve with supreme loyalty to their queen. But she is not an honorable queen. This is the reason why I left.
Our service was not an option.
So you have an empathy for the rest of my kind. If others of my race do find me, they will more than likely send me back to the Forest of Memories. By perhaps cutting off my head.
We do not want to think what would happen if we were discovered.
I will do my best to make sure that that will not happen.
We do not know if our companions are still here. But we would like to take caution anyway.
Caution is strongly advised. One does not simply walk away from my queen. Typically, in order to come here, one is gifted with certain abilities. I was not gifted with these abilities.
But you came here without your queen's blessing?
Yes, that is why I must wear this mask. Cannot show my true face, for I was not blessed with her permission to come here.
Ah. You're. You know who took your family?
I do not. I know what they look like, but not who they are.
Are you now on a mission to find them?
I'm getting the help from someone who will lead me to them.
If you find them, we would like to help you.
I would appreciate it, and I would do what I can to make sure you're not caught by those who would seek you.
I feel you are trustworthy.
I have not known you for very long, but no one should be taken from their home against their will. If my blade can be of any service to you, Yurn, you have it.
I appreciate it.
Do not feel that you two would be harsh judgments of the face beneath the mask.
Out of character. Can I see your ears at least?
No.
Okay. I wanted to ask before I said anything.
No. You can see. You can just see his, like, ash gray hair
Okay.
besides the mask itself and the hat.
And my short stature wouldn't give me a view from beneath.
It would maybe at certain times and certain angles, but the way the hat comes down over the top of his ears, it would be, difficult to discern detail.
I'm really trying, and Yaren really doesn't care.
So, we have seen a multitude of creatures within the hive. We do not think you would be very scary. We would not be judgmental.
I've not met a lot of what this world has to offer, so I don't have much of a judgment for what is here.
Perhaps as time goes on, I will feel relaxed enough to take off the mask. But just know, the face that you see is my true face.
Hello.
Hello.
Y'all done conspiring?
Yes, conspiring to kill you.
Is he dead?
You guys notice, we're actually gonna go back to you guys. Three of you, make your way into the inn.
Oh,
we've
we've
been
been there.
conversing.
Yes,
We-
yes, but there's information inside the inn. I also gotta give you guys.
Okay.
We were
That's fine.
conversing character
As you
RPing.
were conversing in the inn, you guys, there's inside the lobby area of the inn, there is a gentleman, a halfling, who appears to be plucking at his fiddle. And from the looks of him, he looks to be a bit bardish.
Enough of this serious talk. You there, with the loot.
Yeah,
Loot.
Here's 2 gold pieces. Play something happy.
something happy. Well, yes. He kind of switches. As he was plucking at it. You overheard him talking to some people about the mysterious white lady. And then you like pluck him in, and he like hushes them all down and starts playing an upbeat song. But also kind of a really like cryptic song because he's kind of in the mood. And he starts singing about a ghostly white lady. Um, and let me get back to this. Or had thrown me through I was prepared to read this information to you, and we'll leave it there. Uh, he begins to recount a tale of the white lady in his song. Her husband, who kept a treasure, locked in a chest, buried at the bottom of the lake. The song goes on about how the boat capsized. It's kind of weird because he's trying to like play this cryptic song, but also make it upbeat because that's what you requested. And as he gets done, was that upbeat enough for you?
Let me see here now. Hold
It
on
was a
just-
very average performance.
Okay. Hold on just a second. Wait a second here. Shishiro's head, like, and mask bobs up and down quite excitingly. That's what happy sounds like. And it'll turn and like look at 17 and look at Yearn. Right?
Yaren just shrugs. Sure.
Well, to be fair, I just always was curious as to what happy sounded like.
As time goes on, a little bit later than he should have been. Are you heading straight to there, Braylon?
Yes, I am.
You arrive at the East Haven Ferry. I'm not East Haven Ferry, the White Lady Inn.
All right, I'm a shapeshift from my mouse form back into my human form, and then enter the establishment.
You enter right as a gentleman, a little halfling, gets done playing a song. and Chishiro saying that that's exactly what happiness sounds like.
We like happy.
Braylon, good news. I have finally discovered what happy sounds like.
Oh, good, because I'm about to squander it.
What do you mean?
As soon as you guys left, I had some company back at the boat.
Was it the magistrate?
It was the three brothers or whatever.
The three brothers.
The three bed. You know how there was extra beds?
We just
Well,
assumed that those were the beddings of the ones we had already eliminated.
well, they're back at the boat.
Oh dear. So you did not burn it?
Unfortunately, not. I was too busy trying not to get killed.
Are you injured?
No, I'm not. I managed to get away without a scrape. I
Did
also
they-
got away without being noticed by them too. So that's a blessing. Good thing I can transform into a mouse.
So there are 3 other dwarves and a dead body.
And I overheard them saying that they are searching the city for something,
What are they
and that
searching
they
for?
had finished a quadrant today.
What are they searching the city for?
I have no idea. I didn't want to stick around too long and get nosy and get found out.
Do you think that we could take these brothers?
Possibly. I also learned that apparently they're able to turn invisible without the use of any kind of potion.
This seems to be some sort of a trait shared by the entire race. The ones we encountered in the place were able to do that.
Where I'm from, do I know that? Like,
You can roll a history. Chishiro, if you'd like to roll a history and see if you know that information, you can as well.
I'm just guessing because the one did it right in
Okay.
front of me.
That is true. 17, yeah, you know exactly what he's talking about.
yes, where I'm from, Durgar have that. Where we are from, Durgar have that ability. They may turn invisible when they like.
What exactly is a Durgar? I just thought they were dwarves.
They are dwarves, but they live underground. Deep.
The drow version of dwarves.
Deep underground.
I was gonna say that sounds just like a dwarf to me.
No, they're
Further
Out of here.
underground than the average dwarf would live.
Well, perhaps we should go to the boat and find out what things that they are looking for in this city. Do you suspect that they are searching the city invisibly?
Most likely. And anytime they sense any form of danger, they turn invisible and get ready to strike. So if we attack them, we can guarantee that they will already be invisible. Unless if maybe we go at night and we are very stealthy. That being said, I've also prepped the entire place to burn before they got there, so I don't know if they'll have cleared that up or not, but if anybody does anything with fire, they might be able to ignite the whole place. I have no idea.
Well, there is not much we can do tonight. Perhaps we should rest and
Perhaps
decide
at night
our-
would be the best time to attack. They would least expect.
I will say though, if we attack at night, I won't have my wild shapes with me. I'll only be able to attack with normal spells.
It's Sounds like we would be fighting invisible things regardless.
That is true. Though I also don't know what time in the morning they leave, so if we wanted to rest or whatever, I don't know what time that they'll be there. And being that they can turn invisible, who knows when they'll actually be there or not.
Okay, so with that roll, do I only know about the invisibility thing, or do I know more about Durgar?
You can know exactly what Rachel knows about Durgar.
Great.
What do you know about Durgar?
I know like some of they can enlarge, they can go invisible, just because I was wondering about like a sunlight sensitivity, but I don't know that for sure.
They do have sunlight sensitivity.
Okay. So in that regard, I will concur. If we want to pursue them, it would be better to do it at night because they are sensitive to sunlight. Living so far underground, they cannot handle sunlight very well.
Wouldn't that mean that attacking them during the day would be best?
Except for
You are
it's so dark around here that attacking them
Oh.
in the daylight would be like attacking them in the middle of the afternoon or the middle of the night. I do not believe.
generally
As a
Generally
reminder, it is
speaking,
never brighter than early morning, or about morning-ish. Never break, out. Like, you have not seen a day that has been bright.
have we seen the sunlight though? At all?
The sun does not crest the mountains at all.
Oh, okay. So it really doesn't matter.
So
Out
other
here.
than the rays of sun from on the other side being cast over, like giving you some light, you don't ever see the sun at all. Not just that it's like overcast. It's not Strahd where it's overcast blocking the sun. The sun does not actually crest the mountain range.
Okay.
Perhaps
So,
we
yeah.
could
I was just gonna remind you that I'm about to say something when Will brought it up. The fact that
perhaps we could instead find a way to eliminate their advantage. A feathered pillow and some tar. Some sort of substance that would cling to them that would render their invisibility not as effective.
Like mud or dirt?
Yes,
That
this,
is very smart.
this could work as well.
Well, we would see their footprints if they were walking through the snow, and we only saw the one set, so they're coming to the boat from a different direction, probably across the lake.
They could, or they could be walking in each other's footsteps.
They are smart too. Do you think they had something to do with the fishermen?
I didn't even think of that.
It's possible that the fishermen located them, and rather than risk discovery, they eliminated them.
About the that happy short man and his song.
What about him?
Well, he sang of a lady and a treasure. Do you think they knew the same song and might have gone looking for it?
It's possible.
Maybe that's what the dwarves look for?
It's very possible. I do not know. would still think that the best bet that we have for potentially eliminating these brothers is to eliminate their invisibility. And I do believe that the best way to go about that would be to locate some tar and some feathers. And if we can catch them while they sleep,
I am not familiar with tar and feathers. Can you wash that off?
the lake is frozen. They would have to get by us in order to find some source of water to wash it off.
Tar would still be hard to get off, period.
Or do we find tar?
Well, we can only hope that some place around here has it. Of course, that might take time to secure. That's why I was trying to think of other things besides just that that might also work.
I don't think we need to go as far as feathers, but tar alone would be able to.
Some pitch.
Tar
perhaps.
used for?
Soot from like a blacksmith shop.
Yes. From fires?
Perhaps that would work as well. You, sir, small happy one. Do you have a name?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. You sing of a lady and her treasure. Here's another gold. Tell me more.
Well, if you'd like to know more, we are gathering in the back room to ask the lady herself questions.
The lady is here.
If we summon her, she is.
You can summon
Summon
the
her?
lady?
She's some kind of mage or something?
Won't this town burn her?
She's she's a spirit. We are about to perform a seance.
Great, we picked the haunted inn.
Okay, like,
like to
look at the
join?
name of the inn. The name of the inn.
I am curious, sir.
It's the White Lady Inn.
How many people... How many times a week do you sing this song?
Well, that was the first time I've sung it, but I do talk about her often.
And her treasure?
Very much so. I would
So,
love for somebody to find it.
so we wouldn't be the first people to ask her about her treasure. I do not believe
Not
that
at all.
she'd be willing to give us the location.
Well, hopefully she'll give you the location.
Has she given others the location?
We have not performed the ritual successfully.
And
What is the ritual?
does it require burning someone?
Oh no! Come on! I'll show you.
It's gonna kill you to summon her.
Nope, 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 nope.
Are you inciting him?
I am inciting how fishy this looks.
Not. I mean, he seems completely honest, and that there's literally no harm to come.
So I'm not going to walk into a back room and be captured.
No.
Okay. Then let's go!
Wow, that was a big change of heart. Alright, I'll follow them reluctantly to the back room.
Kind of like the side eye, like, are you telling the truth? Okay, let's go.
Tashiro's like gonna go ahead and keep one hand on his sword as he walks into the back room.
And that will be the perfect place to end it for the night.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did some
You
really
know,
good
you
role
about to
play.
start something that could, like, last a while. I don't want to end it in the middle.
That's completely fine with me.
As he
I hear
yawns.
Will yawning. I know Punk is yawning over there quietly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See
we
the-
did some good role play while you were on the other call. So,
Security.
well, it was recorded, so you can watch it.
Oh yeah, I got you. I'm like, ours isn't recorded. Shoot, you guys can't know that
Mm-mm.
information. I realize
No.
we're talking about.
Yeah. No, we got to know each other a little bit, so it was good.
I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
It was a fun encounter, but I was like shoot, I was like, this is information that can't be shared. People that aren't here.
Not being shared, so it was good. But
All right.
Okay, we're going away from the recording in 3. Say bye, guys.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.